Hello, my name's Lisa. Glenn's asked me to do a short video for you today about how I became a florist. Basically, I was in comprehensive school and they send you on a work experience scheme at 14. I really enjoyed working in the florist that they sent me to in Neath Market, and I wanted to pursue that as a possible career. The owner at the time said that I could work there on Saturdays when I became old enough. So I would help them out on Saturdays and at really busy times like Valentine's Day, Christmas, Mother's Day, things like that. I left school with normal GCSEs, maths, English, art, things like that. I did go to Neath College full time to study art and Welsh there. Left with not the normal A levels. I did start working a bit more often in the florist from there because I didn't have any education to go to then. So I went part-time there, which soon became full-time, the more experience that I got. So basically I didn't go to the traditional routes of becoming a florist where you would go on a course or to college. I learnt on the job. The ladies there were nice enough to show me the ropes, talk me through how to make arrangements, how to make bouquets, how to take orders, answer the phone appropriately, speak to people who were having a celebratory occasion like birthdays, anniversaries, marriages, and then how to speak to people who maybe were arranging funerals and things where you would need to act a bit differently. So I gained a lot of experience on the job and in the end became manageress of the florist and basically ran the shop for years, like maybe 14 years. Just over a year ago, the owner decided to retire and close the shop. So I was left in a bit of a predicament. What do I do now? Floristry was all I'd ever known and obviously couldn't afford to buy the shop at the time. So I decided to apply for a job that I thought looked interesting, a total change of career after all these years, and I went to and applied for a job at Singleton Hospital in their Virology lab. Totally out of the blue. As I said, I have minimum GCSEs and A levels, no type of science background whatsoever. I got offered the job. Why? I don't know. They just said that they thought that I would fit in really well. They were happy to teach me from not knowing anything. So I've been there just over a year now. I absolutely love it. I was petrified at the beginning because I didn't think I was going to like it. I didn't know anything about the job, but it is wonderful. It's a really good job. There's room for going up the pay bands, learning certain parts of it a bit more in depth. I recommend the two professions. One was more my art and crafty side. This one is more of a serious side, but I recommend the two. You can achieve anything you want to if you really go for it, if you really set your mind on it. Since I've been in Singleton Hospital, I can't tell you how much I've learnt from all the different codes you need to know for all the different tests that we run. I've been taught how to run reception. We do an STI screening, which I can run the machine on that. I've just over a year I've been there. I run the rotavirus test that we do for children under 5. I run the STI screening. More recently we've been testing the COVID samples. We've been overrun and inundated with those. Trust me to start working in virology when the COVID pandemic struck, but that's what we've had to do, and now I'm up to date and I can also run that machine. We have had to do longer hours, obviously, when something like this happens. At the moment I am working a normal full-time week plus an 8 till 8 at least once a week, and Saturdays and Sundays. It sounds hard work, but it's not going to be forever. So we're all just pulling together and doing what we can. It has its busy times, like the florist had its busy times, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas. You've got to be prepared to work hard in whichever profession you choose to go into. And it has its busy times and its quiet times. but you will meet the most wonderful people. Glenn, for instance, has asked me to do this little video. He's one of the nicest, best people I've ever met. I loved working with him when we used to work together before, and it's connections like that, you know, you don't get them, and probably people where you work know more about you than your own family. So apply for whatever you want to apply for. Even if you don't think you're going to get it, an interview is experience. I didn't think I was going to get the hospital job. A little florist from Neath, what is she doing working in the labs in Singleton Hospital? But I'm there. I'm loving it. Total career change. I just went for it. So that's all I can say is go for it, apply for it. You never know. You never know. You could just come across really good on the day. They could love you. You can go for it. Just do it. Apply for it. Okay, so that's my story. That's how I became a florist and now a lab worker. Hope that's been of some help to you all.